Yes, it's showtime. Hi, good morning, everyone, and of course, good day to you from wherever you are watching from. If you're tuning in live here today, good morning from Singapore. My name is Melissa Tan, and welcome to my business page. I'm going live today as part of my 10 days Go Live journey. And today is actually my day 5. And the topic for today is actually my transformation um, as my transformation since being in the digital business. So yeah, so if you're watching the first time, just want to quickly introduce myself. So my name is Melissa. I'm a wife, a mom to 3 wonderful boys, and I live in Singapore. Okay, I'm just really excited because yeah, it's such a wonderful day. I came back from a great workout, so I'm just feeling really, I don't know, full of adrenaline, I can say. Yeah, so I hope you guys are really having a wonderful morning so far. Okay, so I'm talking about transformation. So I think another word I could say transformation is also similar to change, right? What's the transformation, the change that happened since I started the digital business? So maybe before I go on to the actual changes, the transformation. Let me just maybe share a bit about how it was before the change. So okay, I think this will probably go way back, right, to when I first became a mother, right? Everything was still fine and dandy with like the first child. But when the second child came to the family, right, it got a bit tougher to manage. So I did share during my day one go live that my children are my biggest why, and the things that I went through, some hardship and struggles that made me want to have a change, right? So that's why I started looking out, because it was back in 2020 when we had the global pandemic that started to happen, right? And you know we, for work wise, we started to work from home. So I was home with the kids more, while the children have home based learning. So that's when I feel like I was being more valued at home than at work. Of course, there were things that happened at work as well, which kind of was like the push factor to look out for something different. I could probably share one example. Actually, there are actually multiple examples that happen in work. I think sometimes being a working mother, working in a corporate, it can be conflicted sometimes, because we want to be there for our children and yet we want to do well at our jobs, right? And sometimes, depending on the bosses, they might not, appreciate that. Okay, because so in there was one time I remember I had my youngest son already, right? And after 4 months of maternity, I went back to work. At that point of time, I was still breastfeeding, and so at work I have to pump the breast milk, right? And I remember that moment when I was, I think, 1 month into work, the fifth month, basically my child was 5 months old. I had to go and pump breast milk like twice during the working hour. So one at lunchtime and one before going home, before knocking off work. And I remember my boss, right? She actually asked me when I was going to stop breastfeeding, or when I'm going to start expressing milk for my baby, because it took about sometimes it takes about like 20 minutes to half an hour. The time spent to actually go to the nursing room to actually express milk. So she thought that it was not very productive. So it kind of hurt me a little bit, because she is also a mom, but she made that comment, like asking me when, kind of like initiating that you should probably stop soon, because work is more important, that kind of thing. So that was one incident that I will never forget. Like I cannot fathom like why she would want to quickly quit. So I just thought, another one more month, because I wanted to so-called breastfeed my son until he was 6 months old. So that was one situation. And there was another time when we were already working from home. I have the kids here at home with me, and with juggling with work and with children, I have to be like their tutor, their what do you call that, IT technician, because they have to work on the laptop, things like that. And yeah, okay, work kind of slowed down a little bit, but it is for everyone who's working from home, because it's like the first time everyone's doing it during the pandemic, right? So I was told that yeah, my boss kind of made a comment, say that, oh, if you can't cope with work at home, she kind of told me that, why don't you come to office instead? And I was quite taken aback because it was on high alert. In Singapore, it was DORSCON rate, meaning it was like really dangerous to go out there. And she still, suggested that I went into work. So it's like all these things that made me realize that, hey, do you even like respect, or hi, am I still online? Sorry for the technical glitch. If you can see and hear me, just say hi, drop a hi in the comment box, so at least I know that I'm still live. Oh, I'm frozen. Okay, okay. Hi, Elena. Elena, thank you so much for watching me live again from Cambodia. Yeah, I was frozen. Yes, I'm back. Oh my gosh. I don't know where I stopped, but basically I was just saying that there are these few incidents, after being a working mom, that I realized that, hey, I probably am more valued at home. Like my children are more happier when I'm home, they are actually even more calm and more obedient and better behaved than when I'm in office, then my helper will get a hard time. So I think my helper also appreciate this, that I'm at home. So yeah, I feel that there is more benefits to me being at home than being at work, right? I don't feel really good at work anymore. So yeah, these are the factors, the push factors basically. And kind of like, yeah, my life before I started the business, I was, dreading to go to work. When I come back from work, just so tired. I couldn't enjoy my kids very well, and I'm always just rushing them to do things quickly so that we can, put them to bed and I can get my quiet time. So that's when I knew that something has to change. After having like two children, and the third one came along, nothing's changing. In fact, it's getting worse, right? And it kind of affect my relationship with my husband as well. If you spend so much time with the children, then would you have any more time and energy to spend with your husband, right? So, I thought that, yeah, we had a talk and things needed to change. And that's when I decided that, yeah, hey, even with the thing that happened before, where my husband had to go overseas for a while, and that's when I thought, I wish there was something that I could do, while earning, while traveling, and be with my family, that kind of thing. So I looked out, I tried different online businesses before. So I tried drop shipping, online blogs, and somehow, yeah, this all didn't work out for me because it took up more time. So I was really blessed when I came up. It felt like my prayers were answered actually when I came across this ad on social media. Right, it was promoting on how to start an online business, and it was for everyday people, right? And I saw this person, this lady, she's my mentor, right? She actually she was the breadwinner for her family. She could do all this just through this digital business. So I was really inspired by her. And so I registered to watch the workshop to learn more about it. I even paid the registration fee, right? So I know exactly what it is, what the business model is like. And it really kind of like, it's really something that I've not seen before. It's not your average kind of drop shipping kind of business. So I thought that, okay, cool, this is really interesting. So, but one thing was, I was still very skeptical. Like, I was invited into the take a look at the business community, look at other business partners on how they are running their business. So yes, I was impressed, but still, I don't know, maybe being Asian or what, I'm still very skeptical. Well, I was really skeptical. So I told I told my mentor back then, I was like, oh, sorry, I don't think I can do this. I'm working in a bank, I can't do this, that kind of thing. So all kinds of excuses, really. And yeah, and she just refunded my registration fee just like that. So yeah, I can say that I'm also a walking testament that, the refund is legit. Like, I did get my refund, but because I was in the business community, she allowed me to stay in there and to just, socialize, network, and find out, and just, just be there to be inspired, I guess. But yeah, so I continued to follow these people, right? I followed my mentor. I seen how her business has flourished. It was thriving, she was making money, she was having time with her family, traveling, and so are other people in the business. So after 9 months, yeah, it was 9 months, right? I decided that, hey, these people are real. When I connect with them, they reply me and they're still in the business. So it definitely is working. And that's when I decided to take that leap of faith, right? And in January 2021, that's when I started the business for real. And yeah, so then I never looked back. And okay, although this business is really amazing, there are like challenges along the way, of course, right? Being someone who's not tech savvy, um, I kind of uh, I wouldn't say had a hard time, but it was just really, it was a good thing that they had this training platform with step by steps video, and they're also in bite size. So it's like you can watch the video and implement it in at the same time, right? So that was really helpful for me, because I was doing it after I put my children to bed, and yeah, I only spent about an hour to two a day trying to set up my business, and yeah, and what's so amazing is that we have this community who is always there for us. And because it's a global community, there are always people 24/7 who will be there for you, to guide you, to inspire you. And yeah, that's basically what my mentor and coaches did as well. And I'm so grateful to have them in this business journey, to walk this business journey with them, and and never be alone, basically. Because when I was doing drop shipping, it was really, really alone, because you're doing your own product, and you and the other person who's probably selling the same thing would be your competitor, right? So that's why you just feel very alone in it. Yeah, that's right, Elena. I really love the support from our community as well. So yeah, those challenges I went through are basically like at the beginning as a newbie was setting it up, but thankfully we have the training side. But because I was doing this as a side hustle as well, sometimes uh, work kind of overtook the business. And, oh, sorry, I will say that, but I was really busy with work. But because this business is so flexible, I was able to actually juggle. And yeah, because of automation, I didn't really have to do that much. So it really fit into my busy working mom lifestyle. So that's what I really love about the business. And definitely challenges there are, but like I said, we have the support from the community. And I always go back to my why whenever I feel like, oh, there are times, of course, there are times being human, there are times when we will feel discouraged, or, if you're not seeing results, you feel like, oh, I want to give up. But I always think about my why, which are my children. And that's what kept me going, my children. And yeah, I'm just really proud that I didn't give up, because after 2 years into the business, I made it. I became a job quitter. So that's like my biggest transformation, I would say, or result from the business. And of course, other than that, there are so many other positive transformation that happened to me, because like for one, being a digital business, I started to read more self develop self 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 improvement books, actually, self development books. And I started journaling. And yeah, these are all the positive things that I wouldn't have done if I was still an employee, because the mindset is really different. Yeah, being an entrepreneur and an employee, right? So yeah, I became like more positive over the long term in these 2 years. Acquired leadership skills. And yeah, I think the biggest miracle is really like being a job quitter. So I've been like boss free for the past since May, June, July, almost 4 months. Yeah, and it's still amazing. Like every day I still wake up with so full of gratitude that, hey, I don't have to wake up to an alarm call, and don't have to go to work. And yeah, I can do like things that I love, like going to the gym this morning and doing go lives, connecting with my audience out there. So yeah, I think that's the transformation. I think most important is, if when you decide you want to have a change, you want to have a transformation, first you need to decide that you want to change, right? A lot of people will just complain every day that they are not happy, this and that. But you decide first that you want to change, and then take action, whatever the action may be. Okay, so for me is I want more time with my children and flexibility. So I need to find something that could generate me income and still give me that flexibility. And that's why I started this digital business. And number three is of course is to commit to that. Okay, commit to what you have said that you want to change and don't give up. Okay, that's basically that three things that I followed. Okay, and that one thing that I tell my children, there's a difference between committing and interested. Okay, this is something that I've read, right, through all the books. So when you say you are interested in doing something, or like for example, you're interested to change, you're only going to change when it's convenient. So that's interest. But if you're committed to change, you would actually do it no matter what, right? Even though if you don't feel like it, because you're committed, you will do it, and in the end, you will get there, right? So that's the three, I don't know, three things that I follow, and yeah, be very clear whether it's a commitment or it's an interest. Like doing the business, is it an interest or is it a commitment? So yeah, maybe something for you guys to think about. Anyway, that's all for my sharing today. I'll be back next Monday for my day 6 of my 10 days Go Live journey. See, we're already, done with the first part of this Go Live, and I'm really excited. Yeah, so join me again next Monday, same time, 10:30 a.m. Singapore time, and I'll be doing some live interviews with some of our business partners who are also in this digital business. So with that, TGIF, everybody. Okay, and have a good weekend and take care. I'll see you next week. Bye.